Good afternoon, everybody, and nice to see you're already here. Just getting this, it's not good. I think I need to get the stone out and give all these knives a bit of a sharpen. That's alright, it's not too bad. Let's go to. Just got a disclaimer here for a the Kuro experience in Dolby Digital MP4 through YouTube. Right, this afternoon, we are going to make some beautiful prawn wontons, Szechuan chili oil, Neil Perry's Spice Temple book. I'm also going to do, I've got some chicken here. I'm going to do some chicken ones as well. I might as well use up this chicken. But we've got shallots and we've got some baby wombok, chili oil, light soy. With the chicken, I've got some exo mushroom sauce here. I'll open this and taste this before I mix it in with the chicken. If it's yuck, obviously I won't use it. But this is from my local Woolworths store. And I think it might be all right. Thank you, Played Out Events, for hosting me. Much appreciated. And someone is over here. Okay, there we go. That's much better. I just met. Hang on a sec. I'm just gonna move my camera over a little bit. And Kazalo is now hosting me. Thank you very much. But I do need to move my camera over a bit because I've just taken it downtown, unplugged it, plugged it back in. It's in the wrong spot. Just hang on a sec. Look like I'm sunburnt. That's better. All right. Let's go move this over a little bit. There we go. Move that up a bit. On the fly tech. All right. It's much better. That will do me. I actually look a little bit yellow, don't I? I might just going to get rid of my yellowness. It's like I've got some weird disease. Need to bring up the brightness. There we go. Bring down the contrast a little bit probably so I don't look so sick. Gamma. Now let's just move that down a bit. There we go. I'll give myself a little bit of a tan. There we go, that should be fine. That'll be fine. Yeah, that's all good. I know I should have done this all beforehand, but here we are. All right, let's get into this. What you need is 200 grams of prawns. This recipe is actually for quite, Neil says it's actually for 80 wontons. Now, I don't want to make 80 wontons. I'll do 40 or thereabouts, but obviously I'll do like 20 prawn and 20 chicken. If there's 5 people and they all have, let's say, 8 each, 5 8s are 40. So I'm just going to weigh out those prawns. Right. We don't want ounces, we want grams. Where are you? There we go. Okay. Don't forget your gloves. Because we all love gloves. Well, I do anyway. Sure they're from Australia and nowhere else. We don't really like those gross ones from those other countries. Let's just support our Australian fisheries. So if he's saying 200 grams of 40, let's go. Now I reckon I've made these before when I was 20 years of age, and I can't remember. I think we used to do them with goat's cheese or I don't know, something. But, let's stick to the recipe, Craig. 200 grams of raw prawn meat, roughly chopped. Okay, so we're going to go 100 grams. These got tails on them, so we're going to halve this recipe. We're going to do some chicken as well. So we're looking for... I'm not going to waste any prawns. I'm just going to do the whole lot. I can't waste things because these prawns, once thawed, which they are now, they won't be eaten. So I'll just do the whole lot. There's 200 grams here. So what I can do, I'll do a few more wontons. I'll freeze them and then I'll take them to my daughter's house or leave them in the freezer here. Right. Now, you can put these prawns into a blender if you want. I'm just going to chop them up by hand because I want bits, chunky bits of prawn. I just don't want mince. So get yourself a clean board. Obviously, I'm not doing it on the wooden board. Clean knife. Just chop them. And that's about it. You want some good chunks in there. Just make sure all the tails are chopped up. Now these have been cleaned, so there's no tracks or anything in them. Straight back into the bowl. Rightio. Nice, there's some nice things going into this. First we need to do some Szechuan pepper. So if you've never had Szechuan pepper before, it's tiny little red peppers. You'll find this at any good Asian grocer. You may even find it in your bigger supermarkets. But you'll definitely find it if you've got a, just a Chinese grocer down the road. They'll just ask for them by name. Just say, can I have some dried Szechuan peppers, please? Generally come in a, how many grams is this? Have a guess, Craig. 100 grams. So it's a fairly big bag. You don't need much though, just a couple of tablespoons. So you can do two things with this. You can make a salt with it and put it in an airtight container. But you got to remember, once you warm these and mortar and pestle them or put them through your grinder, the heat and the spice of it deteriorates over time. So always, once this is open, put them into an airtight container and use them per recipe, because if you do it now and use it in 3 or 4 weeks time, it'll lose all its spice. So we need to just roast off 2 tablespoons. I'm pretty sure it's 2 tablespoons. It's 2 teaspoons. So let's do 2 teaspoons. And those flowers have been going around in circles, so let's get rid of those flowers. Let's go to turkey. I want to go to turkey. Turkey looks absolutely beautiful. It's a turkey in 4K. It's around the world film from 2017, episode 2 on an MP4 through YouTube. I'm subscribed to this channel. It's a great channel. There we go. All right. 2 teaspoons. Warm them up in a pan, just like you're doing cumin or any spice. But if you're looking for this recipe, go and look for Neil Perry's Spice Temple book. In there's some great recipes in here. I need to take my glasses off, can't see again. I know I've got to. I should just guess it, but I'm not gonna guess it. There we go. Right. I know you can't see anything. There we go. So 2 teaspoons. Heat this up. Then they're going in a spice grinder. Might even, if I'm not happy with the spice grinder, I'll finish them up in the mortar and pestle. Okie dokie. $25 mils of light soy sauce. I think I bought some light. I think I've got some more light in here though. We need some Szechuan. We need some light. Here we go. Before I think this has got measurements on it. If I can see right. Oh, there we go. 25 mil. 25 ml light soy. Tablespoon of caster sugar. What else have we got going on here? We need some grated ginger, grated garlic, dried chili flakes, 2 teaspoons. I'm only putting 1 in there because they're pretty hot. Pretty sure we need some spring onions, yes. So we need 1 spring onion finely sliced. Get a good decent one. You can smell them. So I'm just going back onto Facebook. Doesn't even want to work, but that's okay. All right. And they're done. I just need to find my. I think it's in here. Actually, we're just going to crush it up by hand. There's not enough there to go in the spice grinder. We'll do it by hand. And that's about it. Get yourself a little spoon and just get down off the sides. Like remember, there's only two teaspoons. But you really want to give these a good crush, because there are little seeds in here, and if you don't crush them enough, you'll get little flecks in your dish. Some people put it through a wire sieve, which I'm going to do because I like doing that anyway. This is pretty well done. Alright. What's behind me? There we go. So we're in Turkey at the moment. Beautiful turkey. Yeah, they're good. Right. So I do what I always do with this. So if you've never had Szechuan pepper, when it hits your tongue goes numb. It's a pretty amazing pepper. I always just give it a little, and you got some crap in the bottom, just little bits that you haven't ground. But that's just what I do. Oh, it's amazing. My tongue's numb. Oh, it's like yeah. You know what it's like, but good stuff. Okay, I'm getting there. One step at a time. I've got to do some ginger, some garlic. Get yourself, if you haven't got a microplane, $25. Good microplane. The actual microplane brand itself. Grab one of those. We do want, obviously, this whole shallot in there. I always just take off the outside, just that one piece outside, just to make sure there's no grit on the inner layer. And that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wipe this guy over here. Like that at all. That'll do. Alright, tiny, small as you can go with the shallot. See what's going on in Facebook, Kaz? I can't even log on there. It says it's live, but there's just... Right. That's it. Super fine. Try and get that as fine as you can. Ginger. Some old ginger here, so use that first, obviously. $45 a kilo. Price is screaming through the roof at the moment. Now you can do this with the back of a spoon or whatever. I'm just going to... There's a little bit of dirt on this. So I'm just going to take off as much as I can. Should do. So I'm after, I think 2 tablespoons, what is it, the garlic's 2 teaspoons and the ginger's 1 tablespoon. So, you know, I could guess, but let's not guess. Let's just do it to the recipe. I will know though. Let's do it. Let's do it under here. I'll show you. Just watch your fingers with the microplanes. So that's going to be this whole knob of ginger in there. And that's it. Won't need to touch my other $3.50 piece of. Remember, always just give it a bit of a bang, because it's all on the underneath there. That's a tablespoon. Now garlic is a teaspoon. So on my mod page, I have no idea if anyone's watching because it actually doesn't give me a list of people. But that's okay. What did I say? A teaspoon. So clove of garlic. Depending on the strength of the garlic, this is pretty strong. It's a local garlic. It's not from China, so it's pretty strong. So that's a teaspoon of garlic right there. And then all we've got to do then is there's some chili oil, which I've got. Chili oil, shashawing. Do shashawing go? No, the black vinegar. Oh no, hang on. We'll stay with the garlic first. Right. What's my CPU running at? 33%. Right, give this a mix. And we've got to put some cabbage in here too. I was supposed to do that first, but we'll do that now. So we were supposed to salt this down for 20 minutes, but that's okay. Still got to do the dressing for it. So it's actually weighed out. This has to be 20 grams. Actually 20 grams of Lombok. obviously going to take the outsides off. I want the good bit right in the middle. What was it? 20, 220. Right. So I'm going to just use some of this in the chicken. And I need that. It's too much. Probably about, that's about 20. That's 30. That's 30. So let's just go, yeah, let's just go with these two. Straight in there. Obviously, you can salt this and get a little bit of water out there, but I don't mind. This looks good. All right, so that's your prawn filling. There are variations of this. You can just put Szechuan wine with salt and the cabbage. I've opted in to put garlic, ginger, the little bit of Szechuan is going in. I'm only going to put 2 teaspoons. So 2 teaspoons. 1, 2. That's just like a chai. That's like a sherry. That's not working. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're on Facebook. I've just got a blank screen and it says live, but I don't. Huh? Is anyone talking? Or no one's there? Who? Yeah, I didn't get it. It's not even working. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, my Facebook's not working here, so I apologise for that. Might just start it again. No, I'm stuck at 6 minutes, so yeah, sorry about that. All right, so I'll just keep going. So if you're talking, I can't say anything back to you, so apologise. All right, so that's your prawn filling. In this recipe, I've actually added a couple of things to it because I like ginger with the prawns. I like the garlic with the prawns as well. And obviously there is a sauce with this one, which is a black vinegar and chili dressing. I will make that. But I've actually just added a few bits and pieces to the prawns. So that's that. With the, now we'll just do the chicken filling. Just gonna try and get online here. Oh, there I am. Yeah, we've got to love Lennox. Thanks, Mr. Preston. This is actually Turkey. So if you've never been to Turkey before, this is what it looks like. I did try and find some Australian 4K, but there's not a lot out there. Oh, my blue screen's still my head in. If I can see any white, it's just not good enough. Just doing myself up. Hang on. Alright, so prawn's done. Let's do the chicken. So same quantity for the chicken. But the chicken's just going to have some mushroom and some cabbage, and that's it. Because the prawn has got a lot of flavour going on in there. Going to be very rich. So just slice up your cabbage, about 20 grams. It's not a lot, but the wombok, you can get this at your local Epic Woolworths in Lennox Head. If you're wondering where you get, and this is actually baby wombok, which is amazing. Grab yourself a different chopping board to the prawn. Oh, look at that big boat behind me. That's pretty awesome. And we do have to love Lennox, Mr. Preston. We do. All right. That's great. I could only find medium-sized gloves. There's no large gloves out there, so it's easier to put another glove over a torn glove than take your torn glove off and then put another glove on, because this glove will just go straight on. So there's a hack for you. Don't take your gloves off if they split. All right, so we're looking at about 200 grams of chicken, which is about, it's about that much, I reckon. That's pretty close, I'd say. Just give this a chop. Make sure there's no bones in it. I shredded this up from whole chicken yesterday, not knowing really what to do with it, and here we are. There's no bones. you will hear the bones crunch. And I'm known to leave bones in chicken, but let's just not do that today. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit more, maybe just a touch. Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of the chicken. I've been eating it for days. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Right. Chicken, cabbage, mushrooms. Now the mushroom sauce is an exo mushroom sauce from Woolworths or Coles. I can't remember where I bought it. It's exo mushroom sauce with fragrant garlic. So I've never had this before, but I was intrigued. Yup. Hi She Chef, great stream on my boy's account. How's the leg? Yeah, thanks Dino. It's feeling much better, and the Birkenstocks are staying on the concrete. All right, they just are. And I haven't had a drink yet, so I'm a little bit sketchy at the moment. Oh, this smells just amazing. But first, no, that just, oh, that's a bit hot. It's got some chili in it. Does Jazz eat chili? No, I'm doing chicken for her. Can someone ask her for me? It's pretty freaking hot. I'll put a little bit in. So this is, as I read on the back here, this is shiitake mushrooms in an XO sauce. Now I know XO's hot, but this is hot. So I'll just put a little bit in. So if you're at your supermarket and you're looking for some inspiration, this would go great in a stir fry. Like, I don't know, it was like $2 or $3 or something. Throw it in a stir fry. Now, I'm just going to mix this around. I might put a little, you know what I might put a little bit of light soy in here, just to wet it up a bit and just give it a little bit more salt. That'll be good. And good that you dropped over, Dino. Because I think we've just gone to 60 followers, which is great from little old Craig from Lennox Head. Now, I think that needs I reckon it needs a little bit of sesame oil. Just to give it a little bit of flavor. Oh, a little bit. That's enough. A little bit of light soy. It's enough. And a tiny bit of sashaying, not much, teaspoon. So half of everything that's gone into the prawn. Because the XO's full of flavour anyway. And if you want to Google what XO is, everyone's got their famous XO sauce. Some sauces ingredients are like this long, and it takes, you know, a long time to get an XO sauce up and going. Family recipes and traditions. Okay, I bought it from Woolworths, so it's I didn't make it. That's okay. All right, now taste it. Before you do anything, taste things. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. That doesn't need anything. So the prawn filling's done. This is going to be hot. Now what I might do is I'm going to cook a little bit of this, just a piece. See how it tastes. See how it tastes. I don't think it'll need anything. Now I'm going to do a black vinegar, and I'm going to exclude the chili out of the dressing, okay? Because there's a lot of chili going on in here. A little chili, yeah. There's only a little chili in there. So what I'm going to do is, if you've never had black vinegar before, let's just think of the UK, and they have chips and fish and vinegar, white vinegar. Chinese have black vinegar. This is like, you know, balsamic vinegar to Chinese. They have all different styles and lengths of production for this black vinegar. This one, I like this one. I can buy it in Byron Bay. It's really relatively cheap. Like I think this is like $3 or $4. Now you can throw this into rice noodles. It's you know, made for dipping sauce. So all your dumplings, everything, you just dip it in this black vinegar, rice vinegar. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So the sauce is going to be made from this one, but I'm going to omit the chili. So we're going to just go. Where's all this chili stuff? All right. Okay, get yourself another bowl. We're gonna go light soy. Light soy. I think there's a fair bit, but I'm not gonna put that much in because there's only 5 of us, and this recipe is actually for a lot. A lot. I better hang on, I'm just looking over there. Just talking to myself. All right. 25 mils of light soy, which is about, I think it's about half. I think this is 50 mils. Okay. Light soy. This is, I know it's light soy, right? Light soy doesn't mean that it's not as salty. It's just a lighter mix. If I showed you the dark soy, it's a lot thicker. So if that makes any sense, thick and thin, same saltiness. Tablespoon of sugar. We're going to go more grated ginger and some more garlic. And some more shallot. We're going to put a little bit more shallot in here because it's the dressing. I'm going to do 2 shallots. Oh, and that acupuncture you did, whoa, that tingled all down my leg. It was in the best possible way. Just clean up your shallot, take off the outer bits, make sure there's no dirt on it. That's so monotone. Nice sharp knife, Craig. Alright, nice small slice of shallot. Now you can make this the day prior. Just leave it in the fridge, let these shallots just wilt. Got some white bowls there. Everyone looks like they need a suntan. All right, cheers. It's about time. That's way better. Oh, all right. Let's get back to this. Let's do some ginger. So we're doing the dipping sauce. Can you even see those bowls? You can. I've got ginger here. About a knob. We're going to do a tablespoon. That is very fresh ginger. That is super, super duper fresh. Look at that. How's Turkey going behind me? We still cruising around Turkey? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's go somewhere else. You know what? Let's go flying. Let's go flying around the USA. So I better disclaim this one. This is flying over Central America, my disclaimer, in 4K for 15 minutes. It's an aerial drone film with calming music, which I'll turn down. Location in format MP4 YouTube. So there you go. Alright, we'll get back to this. Because I know when it's starting to get dark, it's starting to get late. Right, a bit of garlic. Just a clove of garlic. Remember, this is a raw dipping sauce. Now, I'm actually not going to put the chili oil in there. Yeah, there's a few people in this household that they can't handle a lot of chili. All right, so we're just going to go a little bit of chili, not a lot. There's already a little bit of chili in both of these, so we'll just hang back on the chili because there was about a quarter of a cup of quarter of a cup of chili oil in the dressing. Yeah, look, it's a lot of chili oil, but it's not called black vinegar and chili because it doesn't have chili in it. Of course, Craig, you're saying. Okay. Now I can smell my pan behind me. Hot. Just going to throw a prawn in there. Make sure all those seasonings are fine. Because before you go and make something, taste it first. Because if it's no good, you can't go back. Oh, that's a big piece of prawn. I just want a little piece. That'll do. That'll be good. Alright, so we've got garlic, chili, we've got black vinegar. Now, I think there's not that much black vinegar in here. 1.5 tablespoons, which isn't a lot. Right. Now remember, it's vinegar. 1.5 or thereabouts. Obviously, I'm omitting a little bit of the chili oil. So I think I need to let's you know what, you could put a little bit of water in there just to bring it up a little bit. That smells pretty good. So I've just cooked a little bit of prawn that I've marinated just to make sure everything in there, because I did put a few things in there that I've just deviated a little bit away from the recipe. Oh. That is so good. Yum. There's nothing else that needs to go in there, because that, you know, you could stir fry this up with a bit of rice noodle, and that would be sensational. And just with a little bit more wombok, that in itself would be just an amazing stir fry. It's not too good to go in a wonton, but yeah. Look, I just like rice noodles. All right. So we're just gonna stir this around. Just gonna make sure I've got everything in there. 25 mils of that, 60 mils. Okay, so they want half a cup of chili oil in here, which is 60 mils, right? So that will double this quantity. I might throw a little bit in there, but that looks awesome. I've got a bit of chili oil here. Let's I love chili oil anyway, so who doesn't love chili oil? Oh, what's going on over here? It's just not working, is it? There I am. I don't know what's going on. Have I missed anything? I'll put my glasses on. It's getting a bit late now. Now I just need to taste this chili oil, because they all do taste very well. They're very similar, but very different. I know that makes no sense at all. Yeah, that tastes like soybean chili oil, and I bet you it's just soybeans and chili oil. Soybeans and chilies. Yeah, nah. Let's just stay with the black vinegar, because I do like the black vinegar, the sugar, the ginger, and the garlic. Okay, we've already got some hot stuff going on here with the Szechuan peppercorns, and some dried chilies as well. So there's a lot of heat in here and no heat in here. So we're really just relying on the black vinegar and the sugar to do its wonders. So just taste that. Oh, that is so good. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. So what I might do is, I'm going to, because there's a few people here, I'm just going to extend this out a bit. That's heaps. A little bit more sugar in there, because there's a lot of garlic and there's a lot of ginger in there. A little bit of sugar, just to even that vinegar out. And then there's heaps. That's, you know, I basically put in 60 mils more of the black vinegar instead of using 60 mils of chili oil. So it's given us the full quantity of the recipe, but just changed a little bit. All right, back to the goggles. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Facebook. It's not even working. So I don't know why. Right. Okay, so that's done. So you put that in a little bowl. Right, put it in a little bowl. That's done. Now we're just going to do the wontons, and then we're done. So into there. Oh, a little bit of sesame oil in there. I'm gonna get this dishwasher on again before the end of the night. Now, obviously, I'm not drinking cocktails today, but I'm drinking tequila again. And you might think, Craig, you're an alcoholic, and just like, no, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just bored. I'm just a bored alcoholic. All right, so I suppose the only people that would say that they're not substance abuse people are the people that are actually partaking in substance abuse, which is me. So fuck it. Let's have another one of these because I haven't cooked yet, and I've got to do the wontons. The wontons don't take long. They're just super quick. Cheers. That'll do me. Oh, that's good. That is great. Okay. All right. Put that over there. Actually, I'll just put it there. Going by now. What I would have loved to have done for you fine folk out there is to roll out the wonton dough and just, you know, roll it out, show you how it's done, cut it into the squares and do it. But I don't have a pasta machine. Now they're coming on to sale, $20 on Wednesday at Aldi. So I'm going to go to Aldi and grab a pasta machine. And that way I can make some pasta live so everyone can see. Sorry, I'm just trying to get onto my Facebook. I can't talk to anybody because it's not working. So I don't know. I might actually just, and that's where all my chat comes from mostly. Obviously Twitch is just, let's just, okay. I'm going to cancel all these apps off and I'm going to go back, reopen it. Like, I don't even know who these people are. Where am I live? I'll just go through the stream. Actually, if someone wants to drop me a comment, then I can see it in my, I've got 4 new in C Chef. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the internet on the iPad. Let's get rid of this internet here, right? So go out and buy yourself some wonton wrappers because just get rid of it. I'm gonna go to Telstra and let's see if that works. Because I don't want all you fine fellows and ladies out there wanting to say hello and I'm just not talking to you. Because I do like talking to you. There we go. Alright. Okay, Simon Bevan. Get on it, Laz. Have a shot. Thanks, man. What are you cooking today, C Chef? Holla. Kuma. Holla. I'll get back to you. Hang on. Okay, today we've got prawn wontons with black vinegar chili. And we've also got some chicken and exo mushroom, shiitake mushroom wontons. And now everything's working because my internet wasn't working on my thing. And Bev, yeah, I've had 2. All right, 2. I don't drink beer anymore. You know that. But I'm off the cocktails and off the margaritas and straight on the tequila. So I know it's only, what day is it? It's Monday. All right, we won't talk about it. Get yourself a nice clean surface. Right, get rid of your board. Get yourself a nice clean cloth. Get rid of that one. Get yourself a clean cloth. Wipe this area down. because you're going on there with your wontons. Your wontons! Your wontons! Just give it a wipe down because you don't know. I don't know what's been on this surface here. Now I think you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. Right, I would normally like take up this whole area and just do them all at once, but I'm going to do as many as I can in this area because that's all you can see. I'll get all these out of the way. That goes in the fridge. That goes in the fridge. That goes in the cupboard. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. Cupboard. I got a big cupboard. Chili oil cupboard. What else we got here? Light soy, that'll go in there. Let's just finish that off. Finish that off. Where's my Just finish that off. Yeah. No condiments, alright? Just throw your fucking condiments out. The lime can go onto my chopping board for a shot in a minute. That can go in here. Yeah, I don't have, this is live, so I can't just clap my hands and do things because, you know, we don't do things like that around here. It's all live. Right, wash that up, wash that up. I'm moving 100 miles an hour now. That, you know, those shots just come in handy. It's like little 50 mils of speed. Speed balls. We won't talk about that, will we? I've been watching GTA and I've been watching some good friends online, Shreppo and a few other people, and it's another world. I'll tell you, it's another world. I'll just put that up because you might be wondering what I'm doing here. GTA. I can hear myself now. I'll turn that down. That's better. Now I can't hear myself, which is great. Which is probably mostly where you guys you don't want to hear me. You just want to see me. All right. Mrs. Bewsville, Jess Balfour, and 2 others are watching. Well, if you are watching, big ups to you, kids. All right, so get yourself a little bit of water in a little dish. Right, little water in a little dish. That's your glue for your wontons. Just gonna put that over there. Just having a look over here. Is everything good over there? All good? I don't know if anyone's over there. Oh, this is going all over the place. Okay, let's get rid of flying. Let's have a look at. Kind of got sick of that one. I've got some 4K things here. Is that number 1 or number 2? No, there. Here we go. No, not that one. Was I just there? That was that one. Hang on. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. 4K. I'm not quite sure what this one is. Okay, this is a compilation Dolby Digital MP4. This is a Samsung 4K demo. So, it'll look good. I don't mind it. Okay, wontons. These will probably be in the freezer section of your shop, wherever you buy them from. If you get them outright and they've got little black bits in there, they're not off. Okay, it's just the wheat, and it's just, yeah, it's not as refined as they'd like it. So they're not off if they've got little black things in there. That's not mold. Okay. Right. So we're going to. And these are quite pliable. Like you can really throw these around. I would have preferred. I think I can take. Oh no, I can't. I can't take the gloves off. I've got a thing about. I just can't do it. But don't you hate, right? So just put them out on the bench. Don't you hate when you watch a show and people have got their hands in food, and especially. Right, if it's like commercially made food, like for hundreds and hundreds of people, and there's a chef standing there, right, with his hands in it. Like, what the fuck? You don't put your hands in people. I don't care how clean your hands are. Okay, you don't put your hands in other people's food. And if I can't get these apart, I'm going to take my gloves off. And you know why? Because I've got 4 gloves on. All right. So I'm going to take the 4 gloves off, and I'm going to put 1 glove on. But we all know what happens when you've got wet hands and you're trying to put gloves on. It doesn't fucking work. And Kuma, how are you, man? You're doing some nice food down there in Victoria. I'm loving those photos. I am. Fuck the gloves, I don't have enough time. Alright, let's go. I think everyone's getting hungry, and I know it's probably about 5-ish. What time is it? Oh, it's 20 past 5. This needs to be on the table probably by 6 o'clock. So just get them and put them a little bit apart, you know, because you're going to have, don't put them, you know, super close together. This one's been ripped by moi. Sorry about that. So I'm going to do as many as I can along here. So right up, and this is why I say clean your bench first, because you don't know where you're going with it. Obviously I've got computers and all stuff. I've cleaned it. All right, so I had a big wipe down with a clean cloth, not with a dirty cloth. Right, so we're just going to get a teaspoon of this filling, and we're just going to keep going until we finish. And there's going to be quite a few, but I'm going to freeze some. So, and give them to Bianca. Well, that's the plan anyway. And then 3 minutes in a hot water. That's all. Just 3 minutes. No longer than that. That's all you got. Now, 3 minutes is a long time, especially for little things like this. Because the chicken is actually cooked, but you're just cooking this. Now you can fry these. I've got other, I'll show you that, I'll just do this first. I'll get these down. I'll show you this other pastry I've got in the freezer that you can they're like this, but they're really made for deep frying. Or pot stick, your dumplings. So we're just going to try and do as many as possible, right? Because, in the catering industry, you just do massive amounts. Like I'd have a stainless steel bench just going forever, and you'd be winding it out forever. And that's just how you do it. So don't do 4, right? And then just do this again and do 4. Do 400. That's just fucking. And if you've got to freeze some. That's just how it is. 4K, how's that? Is that rolled around yet, that 4K? I don't know. Maybe. I'm just going to pull that down. I don't know what's going on Twitch over there. I'm at 60 followers over there. I'm nearly an affiliate, which means people can subscribe to your channel. I don't know why they would. But people do gift subscriptions, so they gift subscriptions. But I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this because I'm unemployed and I don't have a job and I don't know what else to do. Like if I was just to sit on the lounge and look at TikTok all afternoon, that would be a sad existence. Now I apologize if that's what you're doing right at this very minute of time, but I do it too. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's not very productive to sit on your phone all day. It just isn't. And just remember how far we've come. You and me, how far this has come. I'm still here. I know it's changed a bit. Now, we did have I don't know if you saw it, we had a sea chef in the dugout 2 nights ago. That was mad. Seriously, I drank half a bottle of tequila. And I cooked. It was pretty funny. And I liked it. I had the tequila wheel going. I didn't have a lot of viewers, but it wasn't about the amount of viewers. It was about the actual the viewers themselves. Okay, so we had a lot of very interesting people chatting, and I really appreciate, you know, all those people. I had one new follower, Sophia. I'm guessing now, Sophia. Sif. What's your name again? Sophia. Obviously, we had Queen Shark. Now, you know, Queen Shark is you know, up and coming gamer, and look out. But Sophia. Sophia. I don't know. Talk to me. Are you even online? I don't even know. I know you wanted to have a look when I was back online, but she's got some major following, major following. So good on to you for dropping over, just to give me a little bit of support. Not that I need it, because I get my support from tequila bottles, and my family in general. How many we got here? Let's just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 29, 30. We're nearly up to 40. What did I say? Did I say 40? I think we're going to get probably, actually, didn't I do the full recipe on that one? I can't remember. Let's just keep going up. I've wiped all the way up there, so that's okay. Right. I'll put the water on. Right, I'll put the water on. Does that look pretty good? Oh, look how good that looks. I've got a bit of shininess from lights above, but, you know. So that was, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 28, 29, 30, 78, 29, 40. Let's go right up the top. Let's just get going. I'm pumping into the microphone. I'm so close. But look, how good are these? So you can actually roll a prawn in this and throw it in the deep fryer, and you've got, you know, prawn wontons, and just dip them in soy sauce, and you're styling. I think I might just do all of these, and we're going to stretch this out. See, there's not many left. So, you know, I had a big stack of wontons when I started, and we're going to use all these. I just hate saving shit, you know. I just hate it. I just do. I've got 3 viewers on Facebook, and I do appreciate you stopping by and having a look. If you're wondering what we're doing, or if you've just tuned in, we're at Neil Perry's Spice Temple. I just don't tell him that I'm doing this, but it was an inspiration from another chef, and I thought, yeah, that looks really nice. But I deviated a little bit away from his recipe because I thought that I just wanted a few extra things in there. So, but that's okay. I sort of stayed pretty steady to the actual recipe. Everything that's in the recipe is in this dish. I just moved it around a little bit, and that's the joy and the art of cooking, right? Because you can. Hopefully, I won't spill that on my computer. You can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I've already tasted the prawn. I've already cooked one of those. That's sensational. I've got Szechuan peppers in there, so they tingle on your tongue when you eat them. They should have actually been in the dressing, but I actually wanted them in the prawn because I like Szechuan. I like Szechuan prawns. All right, and they're fresh. I bought them today. Go out and get some Szechuan peppercorns, right? Roast them off, pound them, and then I actually put them through a little sieve to get anything else out of there that shouldn't be in there. And wow, they tingle. This tingles on your tongue. It tingles, It's fucking amazing shit. And in the chicken, we've got shiitake mushrooms, XO. Now this is from Coles or Woolworths. This blew my mind. It's hot, but I only put a little bit in the chicken. Put a little bit of cabbage in there and some, I don't know, some soy and something else. All right, get yourself a teaspoon. Get yourself a glove. Oh, Delane and Lee. How you going, Delane? And how you going, Lee? And happy birthday. Yeah, look, this birthday's going all over the place. Obviously, my birthday's coming up. What day is it today? 22nd. In 6 days, it'll be my birthday. Now, don't ask me how old I'll be, because I can't count. So I've been 50 for a long time, and yeah, I think I'm like 50 something. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. I'm just not. All right, first I'm gonna get some water on the boil. Get yourself the biggest pot you've got and fill it up. Preferably with hot water, but you're going to bring that to a rolling boil. These are going to go in for 3 minutes, obviously not all of them. And then I've got a couple of big serving platters, chicken and prawn. We've got the Szechuan black vinegar dressing. That's dinner. That's all you need. But I'll move on these pretty quick. They're still cold. They're out of the fridge. They've only just defrosted. They're not going to dry out or anything. I just want to get this water on because this is all going to happen pretty quick. If you're wondering why I'm looking down, it's because I've got all these devices there. Right, so, as much water as you can get in there. All right, well, obviously, not full to the brim. Get a lid and stick the lid on the pot. And induction is magnets, There we go. Right. Let's start. Now, we have someone here that can't have prawns. They have a problem with prawns. So what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to do the chicken ones first. And then do the prawn ones. So, spoon, glove. Will we start from the top, sides, or down? Let's just start. Right, in the middle. Just put it in the middle, and you're going to roll that over. So just it's only a little bit. It's only a little bit. Now I think we used all of them, didn't we? I didn't put them down. I can't even remember. Oh, I talk too much. I don't know whether I put stuff down or now. And if you've got a bit of mix left, right? Just freeze it. Just freeze it. Or even just free, you could make as many as these as you can and freeze them, but they have to be frozen on a tray and then stuck into bags. You can't freeze them all together in a bag; they'll just stick. So get them frozen on a tray and then put them in a bag. A bit like gnocchi. So get them frozen on a tray. Sort of with the gnocchi. You want I normally do a minimum of 3 hours in the freezer on a tray, and then you can just stick the gnocchi in Ziploc bags, and then that's it. You just throw them in hot water then. What do we got there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think we've only got 40, so yeah. I'm definitely gonna have some of this tomorrow, and that's all I'm gonna do. All right, with that. Am I? 4, 8, 12, 12, 13, 17. Let's do 3 more. Let's do 3 more. Right. 1, 2, and all I can smell is the aroma of Szechuan pepper. Not in the chicken, in the prawn. Okay, so that chicken's done. I've still got heaps there. All right, that's gonna be my lunch tomorrow, with some rice stick noodles that I bought fresh today. So a bit of soy, bit of chicken, bit of rice stick. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say rice stick, done this before. So, yeah, some people say rice stick, meaning like in laksa, rice noodle. So the pho. So you can get this rice noodle at any good. This is fresh at any good China. Let's just say Asian grocer. So you cut off. If you never know how to use it, it's just one big piece. It's just Google how they do rice noodle, and they roll it up about a cent. Just get your knife, do a centimeter. One of those is enough for one person, like 2, 3, and just do that. Get a wok, throw that in the wok, get some sauce in there, throw that in, toss it around. Lunch is done. All right, and this stuff, it's got a really good shelf life. So. This is, you can get a bit longer than this, but this is the 8th of July still. So, you know, this is pretty good. And if you've ever seen this just sitting in on the shelf, the rice noodle, that's what you do. 1 centimeter, and that just flares out, you know. It's awesome. And that or the prawn. Oh my God, I'm going to be in heaven. And I could actually even, do that in another show. Now get your water, or it's a bit close to the computer. Just go around the outsides, right? Fold it over. Now you can do whatever you want with this. You can do a little pattern. I just like triangles. I just like triangles. That's what I like. Just like that. Just make sure you really, really press them hard. They will come together and they'll just glue together. And that's it. That's it. That's all you got to do. Right? So I'm going to just keep going with these. I'll put these on a tray because then I've got to get these to one side because I've got to do the prawn one separate. So I've got a big tray here. Get yourself a big tray. Get yourself some grease proof. Right, that's not a huge tray. That'll do these though. Yeah, that'll do. A little bit more. Might help if I right. So just straight onto there. Right. So you know, normally you got 2 people doing this. One person goes around with the water. That's a double wrapper, so that's going to be a little bit precarious. That actually might separate in the water, but too late now. It's all right, nothing wrong with that. Right, yeah, so 2 people, one runs around with the water, the other one's just up behind them with the just wrapping. So but you know, I don't have any apprentices here. And that's good. These are going to be just fucking so nice. So if you've ever wanted to get stainless steel benches, or if you're wondering if you're building a kitchen, I always err on the stainless steel bench because it's so durable. Okay, it scratches, okay, but if you've got Caesar stone or something like that, and you get the kids out and they mark that Caesar stone with a black texture, it's very hard to get out. But if they mark this with a black texture, bit of gumption, it's out. They can do whatever they want with this. And you know, and this is what you got to do. Now there'd be a good point here of going to an ad break, and then I would come back, and all these would be done. But it's not going to take long. And you're probably thinking, God, this is boring, Craig. It's just like, yeah, it might be boring, right? But you know, it's all about the labor of love and food. Like so much time and effort. And then you sit down with family and you eat. Hopefully they like it, and everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Now I haven't had a failure yet in the Sea Chef kitchen. You know, there's always room for a few mishaps. But we haven't had any mishaps yet, have we? have we? Really? I don't think I've had one. I think I had one. It was a late night one. And actually somebody told me, Craig, why don't you do this with that? Oh, that's right. It was with cream. They wanted me to make chocolate mousse on the spot. And I said, look, I was out of eggs. So I do a traditional mousse. I do the egg whites, I do the egg yolks, blah, blah, blah. They said, no, just do it this way. And they talked me through it. I'd never done it like that before. And it was the fucking biggest fail. It was the biggest fail ever. And it was just like, fuck, just don't listen to people that think they know what they're doing, but have no idea what they're doing. A bit like probably what you're watching now. But these are perfect, all right? They're perfect. And they're super simple, all right? They're just super simple. There's not, it's just simple food, And the black vinegar, I tell you, go and get some black vinegar and stick it in your friggin' pantry. Once it's open, you've got to put it in your fridge though. But get some black vinegar, because when you're doing Chinese food or any Asian food, if you've got the black vinegar in your cupboard, man, that is a weapon. You just bring that out and people do, whoa, what is that? You say, man, that's dipping sauce right there. Put a bit of ginger and a bit of garlic in there and a bit of shallot. Man, you have just gone the next level. Bit of chicken hanging out of that one. You've just gone the next level in dipping sauces and probably impress the shit out of people. Absolutely. So if I was going to freeze these, I'd do a tray and put them in the freezer like this, freeze them off, then stick them in Glad bags. Well, are they Glad bags? Yeah, they're Glad bags. I can't actually see what's going on my Facebook page because I got my tray sitting on top of it, but that's just what it is. This one's ripped a bit, but as long as the sides are joined, you don't want any leakage, right? No leakage. And like I said, there's a little bit of, that'll be fine, I think. That should be fine. All right. So it doesn't take that long, I just talk more than cook. If I wasn't online, I'd be way onto the onto the prawn ones. I don't know where I'm going with this. I just don't know. I don't know where I'm going. But we'll get there. Whoop. So you can really do this if you've got any leftover stuff. If you're thinking to yourself, fuck Craig, this looks way too much effort for me to do. And, who cares? Who cares? I'm doing it, right? I'm doing it, and that's all that matters. And it's a typical Monday dinner in the Sea Chef kitchen in Lennox Head. Not really typical, but it's we eat well. And, I'm not, okay, I've stopped making dessert because I've almost put on 2 kilos since I've been home because of fucking COVID. I can't say that word. I get a little robot. If I say the word COVID, if I say the COVID word, there's a robot, right, scouring the internet for streamers that talk about it, right? And then what they do is they go, "No, sorry, I heard the COVID word. You're not allowed to say that. You're just not allowed to because you don't have the permission to talk about it on our platform." So, all right. So I don't want to talk about it anyway. Like so many people have had the flu. It's just fucking astounding. Okay, we won't talk about that, will we? Okay, let's just this is a non-political format. All right, there's no politics here. There's no politics here because it's not fair. Everyone has their own opinions, and I'm the only one that actually can talk about it. You guys can't talk about it. You can put comments in, and if I don't like your comments, I can just delete you. See, and that's where it's not fair. So I'm not going to be on my soapbox, right? talking about shit when you guys can't be involved, because I'd rather have a beer or a conversation with you guys and then talk about it. But that's the worst thing you can do with friends, right? Get into a conversation about politics. Like, fuck off. Like, everyone's got their own thoughts. Everyone's got their own aspirations in life. Everyone works differently. You know, not everyone thinks the same. You know, but friends are friends. You know, and you know, hopefully we can see through those differences. But I don't like going down the politics road, okay? Because I don't like talking about, you know, what's right and what's wrong. Because in this current climate, right, I am so confused about what's going on in the world. I have no idea. Every day there's something new going on, and it's unlike anything I have ever come upon. Ever. Never. I've never come upon a time where you can turn the news on and something else is going on. Like full on. It's scary. It's scary. In a good way though. You know, like a lot of people go, yeah, this is good what's going on, you know. I don't know. I don't understand it. I just don't understand. I'll just keep cooking and drinking tequila. That's all I can do. That's all I can do. And speak to you guys, because, you know, I can. How's the 4K? Will we get rid of that 4K behind me? I got one more chicken to do, and then I'm onto the prawn. Right, get that chicken over there. I'm just gonna go here. I'm not quite sure what this one is. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's the same one. Hang on a sec. Bear with me, kids. I need to take my glasses off. I can't see. Alright. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Have I got any more? You know what we haven't seen? We haven't seen any sushi. We all love sushi, don't we? Okay, one more chicken. How's that water going? Oh, thanks for telling me the water's boiling. That's why I said put a lid on it, because if your lid's on it, you're not going to lose as much water. Well, that one was a little bit messy, but we got there in the end. So what do we got there? We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 20 chicken XO shiitake mushroom wontons going with the black vinegar dressing. That'll be good. That'll be good. Okay, so put them not near the heat, all right? You can actually put them in the freezer right now before you serve them. Just make sure they're not sitting on each other, because there'll be a little bit of moisture coming out of the bottom of these, right? So we really need to cook these as quick as possible. Actually, I'm going to put these in the freezer. Okay, so what that does is, you got them in the freezer, right? So then you can just chill 5 seconds, right? And then get your prawn one ready. The prawn one's a little bit moist, because I did put a bit of soy in there, only because I wanted to. Wasn't actually in the recipe. All right. Okay, all right. we're going around the corner here, aren't we? That's okay. Okay, prawns. Get yourself another spoon. Always like to use clean spoons and You know, clean utensils for everything. Okay, same as before. In the middle and just to the right a little bit, because that's probably a bit too much, but we'll get there. You know what else would have been nice in this? A little bit of sesame seed. And I'm going to actually finish it with a little bit of sesame seed inside. Actually, I might put the sesame seed in the dressing. What do you reckon? Any comments on that one? Not sure. Don't know. Maybe not. We're still going though. This is amazing. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just fucking winging it. That's for sure. I'm not winging it. Oh, that's probably a bit too much, but really just a level teaspoon, because I'm trying to use this prawn mix up. But the problem you have with when you try and go, oh no, let's just put let's put a lot of prawn in there. It's too much, and then they just explode. You don't get a good seal, and you're fucked basically. So just, you know, just a little bit. Now these are quite moist, so these are going to go straight in. As when I've done these, they're going to get cooked, and they're going to, and then I'm going to follow up with the. Actually, we'll do the chicken ones first, right? Because that way we can feed the person that can't have prawn. Because I don't want to change the water. It depends how manky the water is. Let's just see how manky the water is. What are we watching? We're watching someone do some sushi, and I'm doing some. I better. Oh, we're not going there. All right, let's just get rid of sushi. I wasn't quite big on the sushi one. I wasn't big on it. You know, you know what I wanted to watch. Oh, I don't know if it's still here or not. Let's have a look. It's not. Oh, hang on. I've got to open it up. Is there? I don't know. Indo. It's saying it's there, but it's not. Alright, that's okay. Let's go to. Yeah, they're not really working that well, are they? Okay, so we'll shut them down. We'll go back to where we were before. That way, I know what's going on. You know what I really loved? Oh, hang on. I don't think we've played this one, have we? Let's go to some food in 4K. This is a disclaimer for food in 4K. It's a YouTube 4K. Subscribe to this channel. And I better tell you exactly what it is. It's Foods and Fruits in 4K Video Ultra HD. Okay? Relaxing with culinary around the world in an MP4 from YouTube. So, there you go. Alright, let's keep going. We're nearly done. Probably need to put a bit more water in. Oh, that looks like a whole prawn. That wasn't very well cut up, was it, Craig? That's going to be a little bit difficult rolling that one up. Alright. These are going to be absolutely gobsmackingly beautiful. Right, who doesn't like prawns with Szechuan pepper? And there's garlic, ginger, there's some wombok, shallot. Yeah, Jesus. This is next. Now some of these look a little bit full. That one looks way too big. Might have to skim a bit off because you don't want too much on there, or you won't get a good seal. And like I said before, you don't have a good seal. You don't have a good seal. You just don't have a good seal. I won't go there. Alright, so that was 200 grams of prawns. So, let's just... How's that water? Yeah, that's not bad. That's half full. That's fine. It's a big pot. All right, same deal. Right, around the outside. Wish I had someone to help me. Right, that's a lot of prawn in that one. These are all a lot of prawn. All right, so a good 3 minutes, right, in there because this is raw. Okay, the chicken is already cooked. So 3 minutes and out. Make sure you time this to 3 minutes. Now, I might actually get another tray. Because this area is starting to get a little bit wet. So, and this prawn, I've got 2 trays, so I'll just do 1 and then 2. Right, so get them off. Have a look. Inspect the wonton. That's a lot in there. I know by experience that if you've got too much in there, sometimes it's your own worst enemy. But I can barely see with these glasses on. And I like wearing the glasses because there's some bright lights in here and you guys can't see them. You're probably wondering why I look so sort of yellow, but yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right. Oh, big dogs. Need you to get his mullet. Well, I don't have a fucking big dogs. Hey, how's your VL? Was it no? Didn't you get your car in the GTA? That's what I heard. And I was watching Shrappo last night on GT, and I I'm not big on the gaming. All right, I'm big on the food, but GTA looks it looks different. It's its own beast, you know. You got your people, cruising around doing landscaping. Like, what the fuck is going on there? I know, all right. But just the way people talk to each other, it's a classic. And Shrappo's pretty good at talking. You know, he's a good talker. He can get himself out of anything. Like, I haven't. I only just vaguely. Yeah, I might get, that might be my introduction to gaming. So I'll go from Nintendo 64 to GTA. What do you reckon? I reckon that's a good thing. If you're wondering what I'm cooking, we're doing wontons. So we're doing prawn, right, with a whole range of ingredients. And I've got some black vinegar as a dressing, and we've got chicken with shiitake mushrooms and XO sauce, which is quite spicy, but I only put a little bit in there. But hey, this is how we roll in the Sea Chef kitchen on a Monday. I've got to feed people. I've got to feed 5 people every day. Now, that's not many people, but if I'm asleep, people go hungry. It's fucking how it is around here. So fuck me. Yeah. It's funny, all right, man. Hey, you got your headphones and all that? I think I saw you give out a shout out to someone for helping you out with the headphones. So that was a bit of a mind fuck for you, wasn't it? You were stressing a bit because you got to keep the momentum up, man. You just got to keep it going. You don't want people, but no one would ever get bored of you, ever. They just wouldn't. And I'm not going to flick back in a chair and start dancing, right? But I think more people should watch you because it just puts a smile on my face. And I don't know. I just like it. I like it, okay? I know a lot of people say, it mightn't be your cup of tea. It's just like, well, you're drinking the wrong fucking tea. You need to change your fucking tea because life is boring. You got to just do something fucking fun, man. Just stretch out, right, and do fucking something else. Everyone's just so caught up in their daily fucking grind that they forget to have fun. And I know I'm putting it out there, and I haven't had a failure yet. Fucking hope I don't have a failure yet. But you know, if I wouldn't have gone to air, you know, it's over 2 months ago. If I didn't go to air over 2 months ago, I would have probably been sitting. Yeah, I would probably be sitting on my ass just checking out TikTok. Like, how fucking boring is that? I don't mind TikTok. There's some fucking good food hacks on TikTok. A lot of the food hacks though, but beware that some of those food hacks don't work. All right, so there's a lot of people making stuff up. So when you think, oh yeah, I've never done it that way, you can't. It doesn't work. And look, there's nothing that comes directly to my mind, but I've seen a few things and I've known it's just like, that's not going to work at all. I've done it before, and that's not how you do it. Right? I'm putting these in the freezer. I'm just freezing and freezing and freezing. Okay, there's no room in the freezer. So more trays, more grease proof. Thank you, big dogs. I really appreciate it. And if anyone's watching, right, and they're wondering what is this Twitch all about, and you know, who am I talking to, and man, that's wet. Get over to see big dogs, right? I never knew about marbles, but now I do, and now it's all about GTA. And oh look, I know my son's finished GTA and all that shit and blah 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 blah, but it's like a I don't know, it's another world. It's another fucking world. Like last night, that was just another world. I was just thinking, what the fuck is going on here? It was funny as fuck, but it was late, so I had to go. But it's always good to watch Frappo because he's got the gift of the gab, and yeah, he's a good talker. And he's good to chat with. He's good to chat with. It's hard to cook and talk to people, but you know, because you've got to stay focused. You got to be on point with this. It's a bit, I suppose, it's a bit like gaming. You got to be on point, okay? Because if you take your eye off the ball, right, when you're gaming, you could die. And then you got to go back to the start or back to, you know, wherever you are and start it all over again. But so a bit like this, if I don't hurry up and get all these fucking done, I'm going to have hungry people. Like, no one's here yet. It's empty. It's an empty room. This is a big room, okay? It's fucking huge, right? But there's no one here, right? But as soon as I hear those people upstairs walking around, like they're asleep, you know, they're on their fucking phones. They know once 6 o'clock comes around, you know, they go, oh, I think Craig's stream's probably finished. Let's go down and see if he's cooked his fucking dinner. And, yeah. 9 times out of 10, I have, right? But on the odd occasion that I've just cooked like an entree sort of, like these aren't big, but I've done 40 of them, you know, and there's 5 of us, right? So I think I did 40. Yeah, 40. So you do the maths, you know, that's 5 8s 40. Yeah, 8. Well, there's 8 of these each. If they want more food, make a fucking sandwich. That's what I reckon. All right. Someone's sending me some love. I don't know who that is, but we'll just keep moving, all right? We'll just keep moving. I appreciate you dropping in, big dogs. I really do. And I'm moving away from the microphone here, but I'm way over in the sink with my little fucking wontons. This has been an enjoyable afternoon, and I've only had 2 tequilas. Okay, so you should. I reckon you should all clap for me because that's good. Two tequilas, because it's hard. Like, I'm putting myself out there, you know? I just am. And I feel a little bit more at ease if I have a couple of little sneaky drinks. Because, you know, I don't shut up. Oh shit. Yeah, no, that's good. I thought it went in the sink. A, I don't shut up. And B, I just I have a Friday night every second night of the week. Like, I know people don't go out anymore at my age, right? I don't go out. This is my out. That's got a bit of friggin' fucking shallot right on the... Fuck it, I'll just leave it there. I know that one's gonna fucking come apart. I just know it is. Alright. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. There's a lot of prawns here. I think that's a doubler. Oh no, that's all good. Right. So yeah, so make these, freeze them, and then when your guests arrive, get them out of the freezer and throw them in there. Because if you leave them at room temperature, the arse moisture is going to come out, and they're going to stick to that, and you might have some sticky fucking little fuckers. All right. Now this is a adults only program. So if you're thinking, Craig, you swear too much, it's just like, well, this isn't a kids program. So if your kids are watching this, just tune out. Just because I'm not going to stop swearing. I'm not going to apologize. Oh my god, I feel like I'm an apprentice again. And I wouldn't be doing 40. I'd be doing fucking 400. I'd be spent. And you know, if any chefs are watching this, you know, if you'd have these. To work at Spice Temple in the casino. Oh, are we talking? Oh, you're in. Hang on. Whoa. You work in the Spice Temple in Victoria at the casino. Okay, all right. As a what? Talk to me. Yeah, what do you work as? Between you and me, no one's watching anyway. I'm waiting with bated breath, mate. Like, I don't, it doesn't really matter. But you've dropped it. Now you have to tell me what's going on. Sorry. No, not this. I didn't work here. I worked when I was 20. Okay, I'm 50, whatever. Or 2 or 3 or whatever. I don't know. Fucking something. Put these somewhere that's not moist. All right. I don't have any room in my fucking freezer anymore. When I was 20, right, Neil Perry, this is Neil Perry's restaurant, right, he had a restaurant in King's Cross, the Golden Mile, okay? So when it was the Golden Mile, I used to work in the Cross. Now, they used to call it Potts Point, but it was actually King's Cross. Now, he had a restaurant there called Rocket, which was a Middle Eastern restaurant, which was just phenomenal. I loved it. And I worked there. I just came out of my time as an apprentice and went straight to the Cross. It was unreal. 20-year-old chef at the Cross. It was just, it was amazing. I knew all the shortcuts around the Cross because you had to negotiate at Cross time, right? Because, the Cross isn't your regular place. When the Golden Mile was at its peak, you had cops on the payout. It was on. It was 24/7 just going sicko. And I was a chef. So basically double shifts. I was finishing at 2 a.m, starting at 7 a.m, doing a split, going to the Burdekin, drinking beer between 3 and 5, going back to work, doing this day in, day out. I had to go down. I had a shortcut through the Pleasure Chest. So if you don't know the Cross in Sydney, the Pleasure Chest is where you buy, let's just say things for pleasure. It's a massive place, but it's downstairs. So I had to go downstairs, walk all the way through all these cabinets. It was massive, man. But after, years of working, I think, a year of working there, not in the Pleasure Chest, because the restaurant was out the back and around the corner and down, I got to know the guys that worked there, and they would buzz me out the back door. So I'd because I wanted to get off the strip because it was dangerous. And, people would try and stop you in the street and all sorts of shit. You just need to have your wits about you, man. It was fucking dangerous. I don't care what people used to say. But I got out of there unscathed, but saw a lot of fucking bad shit going on there. Down the pleasure chest, out the back, they'd buzz me, down the back, all the back of all the strip joints. You could just see in the back of the strip joint. It was disgusting. There was just needles fucking everywhere, man. All up and down the fucking... Yeah, it was... So, that is my story of the Spice Temple that I have nothing to do with. But I did work with Neil Perry. So, oh, okay. Well, good for you. And I want to go down there now because he's opened as... not as Rockpool, I can't remember. But anyway, that's the story. So, was it Randall? How you going, buddy? That's the story of my connection to the Spice Temple, all right? That's my connection. It was the Golden Mile. So that's my story for the night. So, you know, that's all good. That's all good. I'll just leave these here. So, we'll just leave these here. So this is a recipe out of here, but I have changed it a little bit. So there's Szechuan pepper in the prawn, not in the dressing. Only because I love Szechuan prawn so much, I wanted it in the prawn. That's a black. I've got a black vinegar dressing there with ginger, garlic, shallot, and something else, which is pretty good. It's in this. It's in here. It's under prawn wonton. But I'll just leave these on here because I'm not going to do another tray just for fucking half a dozen prawns. I need to finish these up. I'm getting there. And I'm sort of jealous of you, big dogs, for going there a few times because you've been there a few times more than me because I've never been there. Because I live on the north coast of New South Wales, I don't get the opportunity to get down to all these lovely places, all these CBDs that have all these amazing restaurants. Yeah, there's some good restaurants up where I live, up here, but nothing like down there. And especially, well, you know, they do call Melbourne the food capital of Australia, but that's debatable. And because I'm a chef from Sydney, all right, that's debatable. Okay, you've got culture. Okay, you've got, you know, all sorts of shit going on. Oh, see, what did I say? 6 o'clock. What time is it? 6:15. He's 14 minutes late, but he's not far off. All right, I'm nearly done here. I'm just going to clean up this bench and then cook these little fuckers. What are you having for dinner, mate? Oh, hang on. Yeah, these are nearly done. These are 3 minutes away. I just got to get something to put them in. And that's all you got to do. Just gonna quickly. Is that Nick? Is that Nick or Tani? I don't know. I think he cruises in here, under the guise of Tani's Facebook page. I don't know why he doesn't get his own Facebook page. Some people just don't have Facebook, and I understand why, because it's just all advertising. But you know. All right, that's it. I'm done. I've just got to cook these off, but I'll show you how they're done when they're finished. I'm going to put a little bit more water in there because I seem to have lost half. Get yourself a slotted spoon. As large as possible if you can. Bianca, are you watching? I think I've got enough. Yeah. Or I don't know whether you're laughing whether it's Nick or you're laughing because it's Tani. I don't know. Bring that to the boil. That's the dressing. I think I'll put the chicken ones in here, and I've got prawn ones. I've got it. I better wash this. This isn't very deep, so it'll do that. So you need some, just some paper towel. So when they come out of the water, just pop them on a bit of paper towel and then just throw them straight on the plate. So I think, doesn't really matter. Much of a muchness. I'll have to move that over there. That, I'll have to have a look. Oh, it's very wide, isn't it? We'll move that out of the way. Maybe down there. No, back here. That'll do. Right. Let's do the person that kind of prawns. Hot boiling water. Rolling water. Boost it if you can. Preferably not on the ground. Put a timer on for 3 minutes. I won't use that one. How many did you make? I made 40. They're not very right. Yeah, well, it's 8 each. Maybe I want each this time. Well, just wait. They're not like a substantial meal. Yeah, I see. Right, so then just bring the water down to just a roll. Because they were frozen when they went in there. What's going on over here? That's on about a 10. Okay, it's 16 is a maximum. No, I don't have another camera. I don't think I'm ever going to have another camera. But these are still all right. So they're not moist on the bum. That's what you want to try and keep away from. Any moisture getting through to the bottom and then sticking to whatever you've got. So it's 3 minutes, all right? 3 minutes. You're just cooking the wontons because the chicken in here is already cooked. 3 minutes. 3 minutes is up. Pop it down on some paper towel. Oh, these smell so good. It's a heavy bowl, this one. And that's it. Okay, so they're the chicken ones. My God. All right, they're the chicken ones. Chicken. Sauce. Remember, vinegar. Garlic, ginger. Bit of sesame. Oh my God, these look so good. I'll just okay, bring the water to the boil. Boost, 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 boost. I think I've got a stray. A stray on the bottom that's just gone straight to the bottom. Hang on, we'll just pop that in there. That's all right. But that's awesome. Who's over here? Mr. Juggernauts. How you going, buddy? Good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. You've been missing in action. We're just doing some wontons. These are chicken and XO shiitake sauce. And I've got some prawn, a whole heap of prawn ones going in with Szechuan pepper. Just bringing the water back to the boil. These ones are done. I'm actually going to have one because it just looks so good. Wow, look at that. Fuck. And this is a black vinegar dressing. No, fucking look at this shit. Oh, yum. I could eat that whole bowl. I'm just going to keep them hot because no one's down here, no one's set the table. It's all right. Okay, so we're going in with these ones. These are prawn. Hey, there's some wontons down here. Can you tell Mum? So I did 40 wontons. So I did 20 prawn. 3 minutes, put a timer on. I'm still on. These ones are chicken. They're chicken, those ones.
one, Dad.
Huh?
There's
There's
one
one
on
under
the
the
bed.
plate.
Oh, I haven't put them all on yet.
Nah, under there.
Like stuck under the bowl.
Under where? Oh, that's a prawn one.
I have those headphones on. I can't. Oh.
I'm gonna have a long time, but I'm just gonna say this as well.
I'm not gonna have a long time.
So I've got prawn ones here. They're all chicken. So
Oh, they're hot.
yeah, they're hot now.
I think we have some milk.
Yeah, I went onto a cold bowl.
I take a photo, sir.
You're not gonna need you're gonna need plates and forks and.
Cousin new pants, ready for a jog.
You going for a jog?
Don't touch it.
You need bowls and cutlery and stuff, but it's just. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, you need now some shoes and a top.
What's wrong with this?
What do you put them in a bowl?
Yeah, just whatever. Just a small bowl.
Like that?
That's chicken.
Just these?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like really. It's like an entree.
You need to do this in the day so I can take good photos of your food.
Nah, that's alright. I'll take photos of this one. Hello, Miss Taylor.
Yeah, like a fork, eh?
Miss Hall. Oh, turn that down. Yeah, just don't boil the water too much or they'll just fall apart. Just roll it. Just roll the water. They're pretty rich though. So they got black vinegar on them and stuff. So.
What flavors are they? Chicken and prawn.
These need one more minute. One more minute.
Did you say hi to Tani, which is my sort of Nick again?
Yes, and they all had a bit of a laugh. Hello, Mr. Groom. I'm not quite sure whether it was Nick or Tani, but they didn't really say. But I know Juggy's over here.
Really good, say chef.
Oh, thanks, mate. They're very vinegary, but that's what they're supposed to be. There's supposed to be a whole heap of chili oil in there too, but I didn't do that.
What are they?
What are they? What are they in acting wear?
I like wonton soup. Me too. Oh, that's what I used to order when we went to Melbourne.
That's a good sauce. Really good. Like, really good.
And they're the pro ones. These ones are going to be even better. Only because they got Szechuan pepper in there. And if you've never had Szechuan pepper before, it actually makes your tongue go numb. Like the good stuff.
Give me all as much as you got.
Oh. Oh. Oh my god. If you like chili and my god, they leave the chicken way behind. So thanks for dropping over, Karen. And Karen's actually eating and she's just joined. So I'm going to wave at you, Karen. I see your little love heart. There you go. That's it. I'll bring it back a bit. What's that there? Oh, okay. I'll bring it way back. I have no idea where I am there. Okay, Juggernaut, I've got to go. But thanks for sending me the dog emoji. This is the prawn wonton. And my tongue has gone numb. It's great. I've got to get under that GTA and get those filters going. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go off and take a photo with that. You can take a photo of me, though. All right. I'd love to stay and chat, but no one's chatting, so I'm just going to go and eat all these to myself, okay? So, everybody, thanks for dropping in. It's been a massive stream over there. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And there's no dessert tonight, all right? I put on too much weight. I've actually got a gut. So, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.